What's up, everybody? So I got the 356 small block Chevy on the dyno. Gonna run it with some mufflers. Got a set of Schoenfeld stepped headers, 1 3/4 inch, 1 7/8. And I'm gonna run the 950 carburetor. I think it might be a little bit too big, but we'll see. And probably gonna want a little bit of timing in it as usual. Also too, I don't know if I covered, but this has got a straight plug cylinder head on it. So we'll see what she does. I'll get her fired up here in just a second. All right, guys, just got it fired up and get some water temp in it. Let's get a bit of water temp, a little oil temp, start putting a little load on it, get the ring seated in, and yeah, see what this thing's got. Hopefully it's enough. Pretty good. I got the cam in at 104.5 and you can hear it in the tailpipe. Alright, we'll get her warmed up and check everything out and start making the pulls. Alright guys, made the first pull on the small block. I shot him pretty good right off the bat. Just a quick checkout pull. It's a little rich though. Hopefully this will show up on the video. But in way more oil pressure than I need. It's got an M55A pump in it. Usually that's higher than I'd like to see, but we could put a little thinner oil in it down the road, so get the oil a little warmer. Anyways, guys, first lap, 475, 470 foot-pounds of torque, so not too shabby. All right, guys, pull number 2. This pull, we're going to go from 4,000 to 6,000 sweep at 600 RPM a second. I'm trying to get a little more oil temp in it because it's got way too much oil pressure. Alright, so that was pull number 2. Got a little more oil temp in it. And 503 at 6,000. So oil pressure staying steady, 88 pounds. Would be nice if it was about 58 pounds right now, because it'd probably pick up another 10 or 15 more horsepower. Alright, and it's a bit rich, so I think I'm going to take a little fuel out of it and maybe make a 2-jet step change, or yeah, two jet change on the carburetor and put 92 square in it. All right, guys, we'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, so I went ahead and decided not to take some jet out of it because I needed to do a timing loop first as far as trying to figure out what it wants for timing. Obviously, it's a standard small block Chevy, and it doesn't have an angle plug head. It's just a standard straight plug. So right now I got 40 in it, which is about the normal for here because we're up at 4,000 feet of elevation. It's still got way more oil pressure than I don't know, I'll make a couple more laps, get everything seated in. I might actually put some thinner oil in it yet. It's got a 1030 weight brake in it right now. We might end up with like a 520 weight in it, looks like, to get the oil pressure a little better. But anyways, this last pull, there's the last pull, and I didn't record it. I still got some work to do. This is pull number 3, and at 6,300, it's still climbing, made 515. So anyways, pretty good, but as you can see, the AFR is a little on the rich side. All right, probably make a jet change now. All right, guys, pull number this is pull number 4. I went from 94 jets to 92 to see what it does. here, just trying to get a few things sorted out. I'm actually chilling the motor down right now to a qualifying pole. This is the last pole, 300 RPM acceleration rate. Seems actually pretty good for a little small. I'm pretty pumped. See what it does cooled off. It seems to like the 93 main jet in it, and I'm trying to keep the oil warm because we've got more oil pressure than I think we need. So here in a sec, we'll get on to the next pole. I saw 540 come up, so let's see if it grabbed it. It's still climbing too. Yeah. It's pretty good. Oh, there it is, guys. Not too shabby. Yeah. 546 and 6600. Yeah, I guess it's starting to roll over right there a little bit. All right, take a look at everything and I think we'll call it good. Hey guys, what's happening? So I'm over at Kid Performance, getting ready to actually pull the engine off the dyno, just doing kind of a follow-up video because I've already got a few questions already asked. So the engine's 10.6 to 1. I did do a bowl blend, port match, and I did upgrade the valve job a little bit, just something I thought would help it out a little bit as far as, because I can't leave nothing alone. The cam is 243, 251 on 108 lobe separation. It's 570 lift on the intake, 576 on the exhaust. I used a 1.5 rocker. I just use this, and it's just a Summit 1.5 rocker, nothing special. The heads come with 3/8 rocker arm studs, ARP, that's what I use. They come with their ARP guide plates. It's got a wind intake on it. I didn't port match it, which might have helped or hurt it. I don't know. It actually ran way better than I thought. The headers are 1 3/4 inch, 7/8 Schoenfelds. I've got a MagnaFlow, as you can see right there, just a straight through muffler on it. And let's see, we did a 1-inch open spacer. The carburetor is a 950 Holley. I ended up with 40 degrees of timing in it, which might sound like a lot to a lot of people, but I am at 4,000 plus feet of elevation. The uncorrected barometer here today was 2572. So not at sea level. Sea level would probably need a little less timing. I did have a little bit of, I had some 91 pump, non-ethanol pump gas, which we can get here in Idaho, mixed with a little bit of 110 I still had in the barrel there, in the gas jug. Let's see what else. Other than that, it's a pretty simple engine that anybody could do. Like I say, I'm given the cam specs, it's got a stock oil pan on it. We probably gave up a little bit of power with that, probably 10 to 15 horsepower. So anyways, guys, this thing's kind of a neat little build. You could do it at your house, in your garage, and yeah, nothing special. Stock GM crank. It's got a set of scat rods, just a 6-inch rod. It's got a Ross piston in it. Does have a metric ring set, which probably is worth a little bit of power. And that piston, which I showed you guys previously, is gas ported, lateral gas ported, which means it's above the ring, doesn't go down through the top, but it's on the side next to the ring. Let's see what else. Other than that, MSD ignition, nothing special. It's got an NGK part number 4554 spark plug. It's the number 8 heat range racing plug. Set of ARP head bolts. Got stock main bolts in it, 2-bolt main block. The late model block, obviously, like I showed you guys. It's got the GM racing lifter in it, and the cam is a comp cam dual roller. All right, thanks guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. All right, guys, one last thing real quick. When I get the engine off the dyno, I'd like to take a look and look at all the exhaust ports. And I'd like to see how dry they are. Obviously, I had a little bit of race gas mixed in there, so it's not quite as black sooty as pump. But yeah, it's a good indication if she's sealed up real good too, without doing like a leak down. And they got a nice color to them, so I feel like the tune-up was pretty good too. So anyways, just something to look for. See how dry the exhaust ports are.